According to Jennifer Aker, I I hope I didn't butcher your name. She is a business professor from Stanford University, and according to her, stories are remembered 22 times more than facts alone. That's a crazy number, and I'm saying crazy because I want the YouTube algorithm to like me, and I can also use the word crazy, which is somehow the meta now. I probably won't use it. Now, you know these commercials that you watch and once they're over, you wonder what the hell, man. It has nothing to do with the product. That, my good friend, is because they're trying to tell their own narrative. They are selling a lifestyle that might come with the product. Take alcohol, for example. If you buy or drink it, maybe, maybe you're gonna get the girl. Probably not gonna happen. But as long as there's a possibility, there is always going to be a guy who buy a Lambo to impress a lady, even though she is mostly attracted to the car rather than the owner. We are in the modern times of information overload coming from every direction, and companies, also content creators, including me, have found a way to attract the eyes and ears of possible customers slash viewers. Now, how are they able to retain people's attention, you ask? Well, my good friend, let me give you the answer in a narrative way. That's a good tradition, I guess. I think. Nah, probably not. Once upon a time, Little B. That's his real name. So Little B was lost in the woods after his dad went to the barn next to the park. As he was walking the forest, he met a fox on his way who asked, "What's up, my boy?" To which Little B answered, "Hey fox, I'm lost and can't find my way out. Can you help me?" The fox said, "Of course, my boy, but only in one condition." Little B, intrigued, asked, "What condition?" The fox took a final puff off of his blunt, threw it on the ground, and told Little B to follow him, which he did. After a long walk, the two stopped in front of what seemed like a group of men waiting outside of the park's bathroom. The fox pointed the group and told Little B to listen carefully to them. After a while, Little B said, "They are waiting for their wife." The fox replied, "That's right. Now if you can answer my question, I will help you find your way back home. But if you don't, you will be lost in these woods forever." Little B nodded, so the fox asked what happens in the woman's bathroom. Little B was lost and asked, "I don't know, I'm a boy." So the fox said, "I have been circling around this area, and every time there is a new couple that comes in, the wife goes in the bathroom but never comes back. So, what happens in the woman's bathroom?" He then reminded him of the deal he made and that he needed to be careful with the answer he gave. So Little B listened to the group of men again. Couple after couple, the wives would go in but never come out. Even days later, the phenomenon was still happening. The wife goes in but never comes back. Days after days, the fox would circle back to Little B to ask him if he had the answer. But Little B was just a boy. He wasn't allowed in a woman's bathroom, and even if he was allowed in, he would never step inside to find out because he was simply too scared. I guess we'll never know what happens in those bathrooms. So, the point of the story is that there is none. I wanted to see how long I can retain your attention because that's one of the reasons why storytelling is so crucial, and also one of the reasons why marketers would use it, because stories can be relatable, it can convey deep emotions. The structure, it's amazing to see the journey the characters go through to achieve their goals. Take one of your favorite content creators, for example. They want to be relatable. They want to convey some kind of emotion to keep you glued to your screen as long as possible. So, do I do this? Do I make sure to keep you hooked? Well, no. Obviously, I would never do that. And if I did, I would do it to get your mom's attention. Moving on. Do you remember the Joker movie all the way back from 2019? You know, the good one? Well, I don't know if you remember this part, but the media didn't really like the message it was preaching. Some people argue that the actual message was that it's a tale that highlights the failure of a system and a society that neglects its own people rather than glorifying violence. But as always, Big Brother didn't like that, so they did what any government would do. They told everyone that the movie could validate violent act as a form of rebellion, that you could sympathize with the wrong people, if you know what I mean. Some theaters even banned costumes and masks to minimize the risks. Just kind of funny. You know what? I'm going to give you one more example. Bram Stoker's Dracula is probably one of the most influential book ever written, on top of having multiple authors writing their own vampire. There are also movie adaptations, one of them being Nosferatu, a symphony of horror, released in 1922. This movie is over a century old, and what's special about this adaptation is that it was an illegal one. They didn't get the permission to adapt the book, but as you can see, they did it anyways. So let me tell you, it was worth it because it's still watched and loved to this day. That's how powerful stories are. They can transcend time and even make the media shit their pants. So to summarize the key points, storytelling can convey any emotion you desire. It can hook the viewer, make you buy a product because you wanted the nice lady next to the car. It can transcend time, scare any government, and on top of all that, it makes you wonder what was really happening in those bathrooms.